Hi everyone, it's Sorkin. Today we have a problem when we are given a rooms, for example, room 0, room 1, and room 2, room 3, and we are given the key only to the first room, to the room with the 0 index, right, to this room. And our goal is to visit all the rooms. In each room, we have a key to the another rooms. For example, let's take this example. In this case, we are given only, by default, we are given access to only the room with the 0, right, to the first room. So we are given to the 0, and in the 0, so which means here we have access to which room? We have access to first room, right? So which means that we have access to the first room. So in the first room here, we have access to where? We have access to the second room, right? We have access here, and we have access to the second room, right? And in the second room, which means the second index, we have access where? We have access to the third room, right? To the third room. So we have 4 rooms, and we have visited all rooms, because in the 0 we have access to the first one, first we have access to the second we have access to the third, right? So, and how we are going to solve this? So as you can see, what it looks like a graph. And what we are going to use here, we are going to use a DFS, depth first search algorithm. We are going to use a DFS, and we are going to start from the 0 index and see that which rooms we can visit. So we can visit the 0, we can visit first room, and then we are going to first room, second, and so on. And also we are going to maintain an array, not array, but array of Boolean, we are with the size of n, right? It's 4 in our case, with the size of n, and we are going to mark each room that we visited. For example, we visit 0 room, we visit first, second, and third, right? At the end, if we have not, we are going to mark those as true. If at the end, we are going to check that if this Boolean, it contains a room that we haven't visited, then in that case, we are returning false, right? And if there is no room that we haven't visited, which means that we visit all rooms and all values set to true, then we are returning true. Okay, first thing to do, let's create array of Boolean, right? Let's call it visited, and it's gonna be new Boolean, and it's gonna be the size of our rooms size, right? Okay, so we have now an array of booleans. So since we are gonna use the depth first search algorithm, let's create a stack to track our values, right? To track our keys. So it's an array of integers, stack of integers, and let's just call it a stack, and let's create a new stack. Okay. So first thing that we are doing, we are pushing to our stack. We are pushing our first index, which is 0, right? 0 room. We are pushing to our stack. And also we are marking our first visited. So by default, we have a key to the 0 room, right? So we are marking our 0 as true. Okay, now we can go and implement our DFS. So while our stack is not empty, while it's not empty, what we are gonna do? So we are gonna take from our, let's take the current room, right? We are gonna take our current room from the stack, whatever is on the stack right now. So we are popping that, and we are going over the keys, right? So we are taking that int, let's call it next room, and we are getting whatever we have in that index, right? Get whatever we have in the current room. So all the keys. Current room. Okay, now we are getting all the keys that we have, and we are gonna do what? If our room is not visited, so if it's not visited, if it's not visited, our next room. What we are gonna do, we are gonna visit that, right? We are gonna push that to stack. We are gonna push our next room, and we are going to set that to true. So right, so visited, so we are visiting that and we are setting that to true. Room, let's set that to true. Okay, so after exiting our while loop, what we need to do, we need to check that is there any room that we haven't visited yet, right? So for that, let's do our boolean, let's just call it visited rooms, visited room, and visited. So here we are taking that if it's not visited, right? If it's not, room is not visited, visited room. If it's false, then we have at least one room that we haven't visited and we are returning false, right? If not, then we visited all rooms. We are returning true. We are returning true. Okay, let's run it. Okay, it's empty, right? And here it should be rooms. Okay, let's run it one more time. All right, great. It works as expected. And let's calculate our time and space complexity. What's the time complexity for this case? The time complexity is that the number of the rooms that we need to visit, but also it depends on what the number of the keys, because in each room we may have, let's say that it will also depend the number of the keys. So that's why it's going to be E plus N plus E, N being is the rooms, N being rooms, and E is being keys, right? E is being keys. So about the space complexity? The space complexity is, in our case, is determined by the size of the stack. So in the worst case, it's gonna be O of N, right? O of N, number of the rooms. Okay, that's it. That's it for today. Hope you like my content. If you like it, please hit the like button and subscribe my channel. That's the only way how you can support me. See you next time. Bye.